Now, wouldn't it be brilliant if you could know that something was wrong with your central heating before a cold snap arrived and you switched it on and nothing happened? And wouldn't it have been even better if you'd known it was going to break down 6 months before it did, so you could start saving up for the cost of all those new components? Well, hold your fire, because researchers at Portsmouth University say they've created a virtual engineer which uses artificial intelligence to predict when machines need repairing. Dr. David Brown is the head of the university's Institute of Industrial Research, and he joins me now. David, good afternoon.
Hello there, Steve.
Sounds like very exciting stuff.
It does. It really is blending in not just the mathematics, but the human side of it as well, because these experts that look at these machines will also put their input into the algorithm.
OK, so you say you have a central heating system, you know it usually lasts for, 10 years, then you would give a program that information and it could then monitor how it was performing close to the time where it might normally break. Is it something like that?
Yes, absolutely. The engineer would give an estimate of its time, its lifespan, and before it ever got anywhere near that, you would monitor the system. And you would say a central heating pump is a good example. You would look at vibration and temperature in that pump. And you say, I think this pump is deteriorating, but it's still running, it's still working. So have we got a spare available? Let's replace it at a convenient time rather than waiting for full breakage.
And in terms of how this machine looks at the moment, I'm sure, you're developing this as time goes on, but is it a compact unit? Is it the kind of thing that you could, hook onto your central heating pump so that it could monitor that for you while you go about your daily life? It's
literally a piece of software. A piece of software that looks at sensors around the system. So the work we're doing at the moment with Stork, and Stork food products are famous throughout the world, but we look at their process machines. So we're putting an array of sensors around the machine, and then we blend that information back into the software, which has got mathematics in it, probability. And then it looks at each of those components and watch their reaction and whether they are deteriorating. Although the machine's still running, it's probably vibrating more than it used to.
David, there are going to be engineers, mechanics across the south listening to this with their heads in their hands at the moment. My dad's a car mechanic, and you're going to be putting people like him out of work, aren't you?
We can't replace the components.
It's only a matter of time.
I don't know. It's like you in your car, the light comes on the dashboard, you think, I've got to take this car in, something isn't working properly. The pump on the washer system isn't working properly. So it's analogous to that. It's really saying, look, this part needs replacing, but we estimate it should last a further 2 weeks. So schedule it for Sunday, break the machine down, repair it, and then you're up again. So it's going to be the engineer's friend, not his enemy. Is
it hard, though, flying in the face of human characteristics with this? Because I don't know about you, but when you've got a light on the dashboard in your car and you know that you should take it to be mended, but you think maybe it can just last for a few more days. And even if a machine is telling you, look, this is going to break, sometimes your gut reaction says, I'll keep trying.
I think we scour the warnings in that case. We give the warning locally on the machine because they often have screens on the machine. So we give a visual warning first of all, then audible, and then we even go fire to management. We then send it to the senior managers to say we think there's going to be a problem with machine number one.
I see.
So it's something that I don't think people would bypass.
Now, you say you're working with industry at the moment with this, but it sounds like the possibilities are endless. Just, depends on how you can compact this and make it available for people in their own homes.
And price-wise, yeah. It's really to... At the moment, we're running on machines that cost about £1.5 million.
Ah, right, OK.
So they're complicated, they're expensive, breakdown is dreadful. But once we get the scale down, it is still a piece of software. So what we've got to do is get the price of the sensors down, and I think we've got something viable for the home, certainly.
Good stuff. Well, stay in touch with us and let us know how you progress with that. Lovely to speak to you for now. Dr. David Brown, the head of the Portsmouth University Institute of Industrial Research.